outside the city of Jerusalem, and you see the priestly class. They're always conservative. We're always conservative. They are. And they come up to the Pharisees and so forth, and they say, "What authority do you have? Who are you to be preaching this? Are you Elijah come back, the great prophet whom we honor? Are you another one of the prophets? Who are you, the Messiah? Who are you to be saying the things that you are saying?" And you notice that John's response is always in the terms of Isaiah. The Lord has leveled the valleys, has filled in the valleys, and leveled the mountains, made straight the way of the Lord. Let the Lord in. Stop trying to protect everything, which only keeps God out. I remember when they were building Interstate 80 across Pennsylvania, the new interstate highway system, and there were segments of it would be built, and then you have to get down on these little twisty country lanes, tracks, and they take out the next segment. And on one trip going back to New York, at that point I was a young priest, and I bought a Firebird Formula 400. I don't know if any of you know what that is, boy. One-beat car. It was the one that had the big Firebird on the hood. When I bought it, the car said, "You want that?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'm a priest, and I don't think that would look right with you." But I bought the car anyway. It wasn't the Firebird on the hood. One car had Paula. So I'm out on this stretch of road, and it's not controlled yet, because it's just in segments, but it's beautiful new highway. The valleys have been filled in, the mountains have been cut low, and this road is flat and straight or just gentle curves. I couldn't resist. Could you resist? I mean, I was that pedal. And suddenly that car just hunkered down. It's like it lowered itself like a racer and took off only to reach 110. It was doing fine, but I was becoming a nervous wreck. But that's our image, you see, the excitement, the adventure that Isaiah is trying to portray to the people of Israel, that God wants to use them to do a new thing. And John sees this. John comes to Israel in his own day, not as one of the old prophets, but as a new prophet who is proclaiming the new thing that God is doing and calling the people to come and to change their ways and to stop being so concerned about preserving what is and pick up what yet needs to be done. That the peace of God can be something that spreads out from Israel, and that they become a nation that enlightens the world, a people that scatter the darkness and bring a new life in. But he is not the Messiah. He says there is one yet to come after him. And Jesus, when he comes, the one prophet he keeps quoting, is again Isaiah. And it's that sense of newness, that sense of adventure, that sense of excitement that Jesus preaches to the people. Remember when John is in prison? He's criticized the royal house because Herod has been having an incestuous relationship with his niece, Paula. You all remember Paula. She's the one who did that dance with the seven veils. We assumed there was nothing under the seventh veil. But anyway, when she got finished, she had Herod just, so blew his mind. He said, "What can I give you?" And she said, "John the Baptist's head." So he had John arrested, and John's in jail. He sends his disciples to Jesus to say, "Are you the one? Are you the one, or do we wait for another?" And what does Jesus reply? He replies in the words of the prophet Isaiah after the Babylonian captivity. "Go tell John, the gospel is preached to the poor, the blind see, the deaf hear, the lame walk." He quotes Isaiah. And so all of them are in this line. And out of Babylonian captivity comes this image of faith faith and religion and of spirituality that is a picture of God bringing light and darkness, scattering the darkness, which is a picture of God doing a new thing, God reaching out beyond the protected borders that we always tend to build around ourselves, and asking us to constantly push to reach those who are bombarded, to scatter the darkness, and to bring you to be the bearers and the bringers of new life to this world. So at this Christmas time, I will enjoy the words, but see in them an image of what Isaiah and John and Jesus are all calling us to do and to be. Light in the dark world. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
That's what I mean. It's like for you to have a dream.
Women dreamed about Lyndon Johnson?
Like it's
Do you find him sexually attractive?
I heard he was a huge womanizer.
Well, he may have been, but so was Larry King, and I'm not.
For Larry King in your dreams?
No, he's disgusting.
Larry King?
Yeah, Larry King's a huge
somebody's gotta
womanizer.
be.
I understand, but he's not a sex symbol, for God's sake.
But, okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, Obama is sexy.
Maybe you can bring him over to the right side, Molly.
Right, but you like
Molly, go.
You like presidents.
I know, tennis players too.
Right, but I'm saying for you to have a dream about the presidents.
Yeah?
That means you have a very,
I'm a presidential model, as Paula would say.
Yeah, you have an interest in it. On an unconscious level.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. A guy's not going to dream about having sex with what's her name?
I am sure.
What's her name? What's her
I was
name?
going to say, what was
her
Mrs.
name?
Roosevelt or something? What was her name?
Well, were they having dreams about Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's to ask your mom.
Probably went,
I will never get out of it. I'm just going to get to Trader Joe's.
I will never get out of it.
She had a nice what?
Eleanor Roosevelt?
Yeah, come on, tell me
She
what.
had nice breasts.
Really? I'll have to check. I think she was
elected.
No, don't think she was a lesbian.
What I'm saying is, like, I wouldn't have a dream about it.
No, because she had some young guy that was like hanging out with her.
Like, I would probably have a dream about, like, Betty Page or something.
Well, Betty Page, there you are.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And can we get the check when you get a chance?
Well, it's more of a sex symbol type, whereas a woman will have a dream about, like, an authority figure.
Oh, but I have dreams
I like authority.
Wait. I have dreams about tennis players, too.
They are authority. That's an authority.
No, they're not. They're sex symbols.
Right, but they have the sport is very uber. It's an uber sport. You know, it's a highbrow, a lot of rich folks sort of.
Anyone can play tennis. All you need is a tennis racket.
Right, but I'm saying that the degree of people that it attracts.
I think he's right, Molly.
Is very not affluent. They're very socially mobile.
Let me think of some rough trade that I
a little uppity.
Some what?
Some rough trade.
What's rough trade?
So guys that are, not so uppity, so to speak.
Rough trade. Interesting.
They would be into
maybe that's a British term.
Like they would be, I guess a guy who's not uppity would be more into like football, more of a common class. I always think that every tennis person that I knew who played tennis always had a very always sort of in the white. They were always very prominent. They had a business job, or they were Wall Street types, or
no,
they had
not anymore.
I don't see that. Well, I live on the Upper East Side, so it's a little different.
Oh,
I see a lot of that.
I mean, back in the day, like when my father was at Yale and he had a choice of going pro or not, he couldn't go pro because there wasn't enough money. He needed a job. He was full scholarship.
Like most people in my neighborhood are like the blue collar or middle class types. You'll see them gravitating
but this
towards
is
baseball.
no. But this is a cultural thing, not.
It's a glass of sugar, please, or
all you need for tennis is a tennis racket. You don't.
With some shorts.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be a member of some fancy club anymore. I mean, that's what it used to be.
Do you know what ghetto tennis is? Paddleball.
What's that?
Paddleball. It's just hitting a ball against the wall.
Oh.
That's ghetto tennis.
Well, I bet people. All
right. So if I had dreams about rock stars,
then that means they. All right. If you had a dream about a rock star,
I'm trying to think of it.
Then you would probably be somebody who may have a confidence issue.
How about actors?
Actors, that's different. I've had dreams where I was the star of like a movie, and I was going to be like with what's his name, Heath Ledger, and I was supposed to be in a role, and this was my big time.
Is this like Brokeback?
No.
Harlem or something like this?
It was like a period piece. I have like these vivid dreams. I even send it to her.
I think you saw First Night or whatever. What's that movie that he's in with? Not First Night.
It wasn't so much.
A Knight's Tale. You just see The Knight's Tale.
Like I had another one where Steven Spielberg came up to me and he said I was going to have a career and stuff. I've had like these really in-depth conversations.
Steven Spielberg came to you in a dream and said you were going to have a career?
Yeah, and I was supposed to be in Les Miserables, this college play he was directing.
In the dream?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to do. Most of the time I'm standing there with a bunch of people.
Like I have a recurring dream that I'm naked on stage. Like I'm in some
like walking in the street.
Yeah, but like I have to do some like dance recital and I don't have any clothes and I don't want to go on stage.
Right, well you're there for a play and you don't know the lines. Yeah, stuff like that. Those are good dreams. Those are not like when you mentioned dreaming about a rock star, it depends on what the context is. Like if you're having sex with him.
Well, see, I've had astral sex with a lot of. Oh, thank you so much. With a lot of different people. What?
Thank you, John.
No, but with a lot of different people, and I don't think these are representational dreams. I think these are actual encounters with their
soul, part of their soul.
Like when I talked about Obama last night, it was like he was there.
You were talking, and he was talking to you.
It wasn't. No, it's actually I think I was talking to his assistant, but I had been talking to. I can't remember.
Tell him about binary economics.
No, and the weird thing is, since I had been to a rally and been right on the barricade and seen him literally 15 feet away, I know what it feels like. No. I didn't get as much shocking as I thought. But I know what he looks like in 3D, not just on TV.
Right.
So, like, yeah, but when I see him in my dreams,
So you can track them on the dreams now, right? You got the coordinates.
Well, you can track anybody. It's just,
Right.
I don't know what activates the mechanism. It could be Paul's apartment.
I'm going to send this to
Are you like focusing on my breasts?
No, your hands. I can do your breasts. No. Let's do Russell Targ.
I used to come into parties, and this is like when I was growing up. This is the way very nice to meet you, and they sort of say hello to your breasts, you know. And you know what's bad? Like, but this is. I wouldn't even be wearing a low-cut dress, you know. It would just be like
about Harbin Hot Springs. That time I didn't notice. This is a good story.
Well, I know, but
we're at a clothing optional workshop, and I'm just so obsessed about Alan.
No. Paula and I wasn't there for the sex, even though Alan probably was.
We're there for enlightenment.
Well, Alan had said Polo is the guy that walks the talk the most. So I thought, great. But
you never did workshop stuff, right? You never got into that scene?
What workshops?
Workshops is like
self-help.
Anything to make us better, we'll sign up.
No. Well, I did AA.
Huh?
Well, that's like extreme.
Yeah, I did that.
I mean,
20 years ago.
That's a kind of mind control that, I don't know, I resist. That's one of the things.
No, I did too. I
you still drink?
No, but I can get drunk if I want. If I want to get sloshed right now.
Without drinking?
No, I'm saying if I want to get drunk right now with a bottle, I'll get drunk.
Yeah, but we're trying
I'll get blasted and enjoy myself.
But we went off to study with spiritual masters to do it without.
Alcoholics go to meetings. I'm just a drunk.
Well, no, you know what I had a hard time with is that I went to like Al-Anon and every time I said thanks for
Al-Anon, which is called Alcoholics Anonymous, but it's for the mothers and fathers and the parents and the families of the alcohol.
Well, because at the time I was really worried about my brother and I didn't know how to deal with it, and I thought maybe
now
they might
heard about
Calvinists. That came out of a Calvinist religion.
Well, but the weird thing is that I don't care where
that the devil lives in the alcohol.
Really?
Well, it could be true. But anyway,
and every story in AA ends with them becoming a Christian.
Really?
Like, he was a Jew and he becomes a Christian in the end. He's an atheist, he becomes a Christian. The bootlegger becomes a Christian.
Well, I don't have any problem with all that kind of.
We're already there.
I don't have a problem with all that kind of iconography. But here's where I had a problem: is that these people would pour out their guts, and then everyone would go, "Thank you for sharing." As if they're like the Stepford Wives or something. You know, I mean, in this really like insincere and kind of.
For 6 months, murdered someone or you're a pedophile, but you didn't take a drink.
Yeah, he's like, I just beat my wife. Did you have a drink? No. You know.
Great, and everybody clapped.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that I just had real issues with their.
I was kicked out of AA.
How did you get kicked out?
This guy came up to me and says, "You don't belong in here."
Well, who gave him the authority to tell you that?
He was a manic depressive.
Well, so what? Was he like,
No, he was right, because I was like, you know what, you're right.
Well, like when I lost my badge in the TM movement, I couldn't fly without my badge. And I said, you know what, life's working better for me now that I'm not flying in the hall. Anyway, you want to get back to Paula?
Well, obviously you do. I'm hoping that the audience will think it's a good story.
Yeah, she's going back.
It was just a silly story. I mean, because all right, one of the story. No. But one of the things about
and her books on the agent's table. Send up a prayer. Right?
Set up a prayer for set up a prayer because in these troubled times we need the saga like nobody's business. But anyway, I don't know if it's as funny as Paula thinks it is. I guess you had to be there, but I'm a little uptight, and especially when you're at a workshop where basically they say it's not about the sex, except everybody hits on you all the time, and so I was a little uncomfortable with this, and Paula was sort of what you call it. She and Alan as a bodyguard. Not that he really guarded her very much because he was off sleeping with everything else. And so, but finally, at the end of like a couple of weeks of this, I felt comfortable enough to not only take off all my clothes at the hot pools, but actually take off my clothes while we're sitting there, not all my clothes, listening to the lecture, right? So I've got sort of a sarong around my waist and thank you, and no shirt on, and feeling pretty comfortable about this and figuring out how to fend off all the wolves. And so I go to Paula and I'm like, I can't remember, Paula, what did I say?
You're just smiling at me and she's beaming away, and finally I'm not noticing anything, so she goes, well, do you notice anything? And I go, well, no. Because I'm so obsessed with my own problems.
She's so fixated on Alan, who I can't understand why she could possibly be so fixated or even want to have sex with him in the first place. And so,
Alan's going to kill you when he sees it. Well, she's basically confident, and I don't even notice because it's funny.
Anyway, so there you go. I'm not quite sure.
Tell them what the saga is.
Well, the saga is sort of an account of our spiritual adventures in India and various cults around the U.S. And so, it's kind of a buddy picture, except it's a book so far. And, Paula is the great St. Paula, and I trail after her and pick up whatever wisdom I can from whatever teachers.
And then Molly gets enlightened, right?
Well, I had a moment of enlightenment. I wouldn't say I stayed there, but I realized that, us mere mortals, Christ, always talks about everybody can do it, but nobody really believes him. And so
this place was a speakeasy. Look at that picture. This guy's on the top.
There you go. Well, it was briefly. Which one? Right here. Nate's Tavern disguised as flowers under a prohibition. And there's a flower. So anyway, to me it was interesting. This whole ban on pot, right? Kind of like
the ban on pot.
Well, think about prohibition. It only lasted.
Today, it's prohibition.
Right, but the problem is, as I said, it would have been one thing if pot had been sort of really established in the culture, and since it wasn't, drinking is so ingrained in our culture.
Until the 19th century, it wasn't part of the culture.
Not in America.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, the forefathers grew marijuana.
But what did they do with it? They made rope out of it.
No, but they actually smoked. No, they did.
Thank you.
They actually did smoke it because they
Did they
have
grow it?
archaeological evidence
Ask your dad.
from their pipes. They had a pipe collection. George Washington.
Oh, really?
Benjamin
So they get the
Thomas Jefferson. It says
such a year.
it says $35.
Oh, come on, what does it say? 25, 85?
Yeah.
I give her $5. $5 is good.
That's double the tax.
I give 20%.
Molly, do you think they grew hemp?
A little bit
Round it off to zero.
But $5
Double it and then
wait, $5 is good enough, right?
Sure.
She can give us.
I want to know if they grew hemp in South Carolina.
You think she can do it?
Molly,
What's this?
did they grow hemp in South Carolina?
They do things with George Bush.
I know. He's the next witch hunter.
No, but you see he threw two shoes at him.
Yeah, I know.
I think the whole thing is pathetic.
What, you knew about that already?
I could see it coming. It's a witch hunt.
I know.
The guy had a good aim. He hit him twice.
No.
Did you see that? George Bush got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
I know.
They want to kill him. I like George Bush.
No, I'm not too.
I'm honing in
I don't mind the
Ruth Westline.
what you had with the president.
I like his father, too.
Really?
I'm a registered Republican.
That doesn't mean you have to like all the Republican candidates.
Well, you're really asking for it.
No, I said I would never be part of it.
Head back to
No,
Puerto Rico.
I voted Democrat.
Yeah, you don't have to. I thought you didn't like Obama.
I know, but it doesn't mean I'm not a Republican. It doesn't mean I'm a Republican.
But that's all right. You can be a Republican.
Let's get back to hemp.
Let's get back to the marijuana question.
She saw the movie Phoenix Tears last night because she couldn't sleep. So what do you think? What's your conclusion?
I tell you, movies on hemp don't put you to sleep.
You don't?
No, I'm kidding. They say that pot puts you to sleep. Well,
Movies don't. Very compelling.
Well, I mean, I think it's outrageous that they won't at least do the research and make it available for people. As he said, these people have been ousted by the medical profession, and they've given up on them, and for them to not allow them to use it in a medicinal way, I think is outrageous. You know,
Well, we do have doctors that prescribe it.
yeah, but they said that only 20,000 out of 3 people, 3 million, 2,000 out of 3 million. And that's in Canada.
Marijuana.
Anyway.
And we don't know. We're going to find out.
I mean, the problem is he said, it's such a loophole that's easy to abuse. So, of course, you're going to have all these people that are going to try to abuse it. So,
you know what it is also? It's because it smells.
Oh, you know what? Okay, Paula, here, I have a solution for how you get the big...
I want everybody to know we went to church.
Wait, but I have a solution for how to get big pharmaceutical to benefit from hemp. See, here's the way you
binary economics.
No. Here's how big pharmaceutical can benefit from hemp. If you made it so that you could only take it within the confines of a hospital under a doctor's supervision, then they could make money on it.
All right. I think that's a great place to end.
Like the witch. We used to do that when I was a kid.
Okay, tell them your epiphany.
So that was my epiphany today in church, you know, is how we can get... See, my whole theory is that the only way you're going to get the environment or any of these cures, you know, into this mainstream is by figuring out a way for the big corporations to make money on it. Otherwise, it's just not in their interest.
And then make sure that people have capital ownership in the corporation.
Well, of course.
That's really, that's imperative.
I think it's imperative too, but that's the next step. But in the meantime,
that's the first step.
Will you follow us? You're going back to follow us, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think I should go down to Trader Joe's?
Yeah, go down to Trader Joe's and get blueberry stuff for the cheesecake.
Blueberry.
You want to go?
On your face and your hair and all that, so. What about that?
So here we have
That
Mark.
one
Mark Rogers is fixing Molly's hair.
So,
Or I could put it on a stand right there.
what?
The light. Yeah. I was just hoping in the dark lighting of New York that no one would notice. You know, like
They won't notice at night.
If I arrange it a certain way, you can't see all the roots.
When I go to Florida and I'm out in the sun and I see my face in it, then you see how old you really are.
As my mother says, she when she doesn't wear glasses, everyone looks so much younger.
I remember George Burns said the good thing about getting old is that you lose your eyesight, and God takes away your eyesight, so you can't see how bad you look. See, when you comb it really down, it's pretty good in the back. Actually, you just need a little bit.
So now, the reason Mark Rogers agreed to do this in Rabbit Hole Central here without his own comb and mirror is because Molly said she was going to do his ideas in the bathtub herself, and he knew he could do a better job than she could.
Yeah, see, I like it better than that. That's just droopy.
Oh, wow. I just do the best I can.
Okay. Let's get a little water. We don't have a sprayer, but we don't. We'll be okay.
I can take my earrings off.
Next time we should make hormesis water, right? Put the rock in. You should put a little hormesis water in your rock, in your sprayer.
That would be good.
Well, do you think that would help?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Gee, maybe that's all you need.
So are you doing the radiation hormesis?
Yeah, I bought all the stuff.
But are you doing it?
Well, I stopped right now. I have a lot of different issues that I'm dealing with.
But has it helped?
Well, I haven't used it enough. Cause
He's in a detox.
I'll tell you later after we're done.
He's in detox mode, so I think
that's
it's all about balancing.
I agree. When if I drink too much, I don't use it the next day because I've got enough toxins in my system.
That's what I'm doing. I'm detoxing.
That I feel like if there's just something in me that goes, I don't really want to do this. So
it means to excite. Sometimes
because
you don't want to
if you
excite.
get too much release, then you just want to go to bed. You can't take it.
Well, it's just interesting that sometimes I'm attracted to it and sometimes I'm not.
Yeah, I think you're probably tuned into the timing.
That's
of
it.
when
I
to
think
use
timing
it.
is everything.
Yeah.
No
Right
matter
now
what
I've
the
been
therapy.
taking a lot of herbs and various things that are sort of doing something too that I really feel like I need those.
Uh-huh.
So I couldn't do it all.
No, I agree. I think that there's only so much detox your body can take. Yeah, you might want to get him.
See, Molly made this happen by threatening to do it herself.
It's nice and thick.
It's very thick.
You probably could put a little something on it to condition it just because it's the ends are
I
very
put
dry.
jojoba oil on it.
Hose.
That's so
Butter hose.
appropriate for this time of year.
It's not enough though. See, if it still feels crispy,
Uh-huh.
that means you need more.
What else do you think I should put on it? I don't want it to get greasy. I mean, sometimes it gets
No.
greasy when I put too much on it.
She likes VO5.
I used to.
Yeah, that's good. And Clairol Vita Point, they're a little greasy.
VO5, no, but VO5 supposedly is made with organic components. I mean, I thought it was just
but that'll grease it up if you put too much.
I thought it was just like old man's, stuff. Because my parents used to use it when I was a kid, and then I looked at the label.
Brill cream was for the old men. Remember that?
Right. But VO5 was right in there, and so
right there with blue hair.
I looked at this.
Great, I can go to VO5 and see if we can get a sponsor.
Well, the next time we'll do it at my house, and then I'll show you some conditioners that'll work on you. Sometimes it's good to mix them because they have various qualities.
Right. I've tried. I mean, every time I go to someone to cut my hair, they show me some product, and I never really liked it because
I'm not a big product person, and I stick to the same things. If they have that quality, I don't see any reason to.
What I don't like about it is it makes your hair kind of sticky and untouchable.
Yeah, like mousse is sticky, and then you have some that are creamy, some that are greasy, some that are shiny.
I'd rather have a little greasy than stick than
basically
than it's tacky. That's mousse, yeah.
It's like hard and nasty.
You want a product.
And then very hard would be gel.
Right.
Which you don't need because you have enough of that already. You have the wiriness. You need to actually soften
and
tame it.
But then I tried serums and those didn't seem to work either.
They're okay. It's not enough by itself. You need
But the oil, what I usually do is when the cuticle is open.
Yeah.
Like I shampoo, condition, and then as it's drying, throw in some oil, and that seems to like that.
Yeah, when it's wet, it sort of blends it through the hair also.
Right. And then sometimes when it's dry, I throw it in when it gets a little frizzy looking.
I fell asleep during it, but I was watching Saturday Night Live last night, and they had a wonderful, that Kanye West
Hugh Laurie was on it.
Huh?
Hugh Laurie, wasn't he?
Did you see it?
No, but I TiVo'd it.
Kanye West was on, and they had a fabulous background, very futuristic space age, and he had great glasses and a great outfit, and a great song. And so I looked it up on YouTube and sent it to Paula and a couple of people, and they took it right off this morning. One of these sort of corporate things, I guess.
Well, some of them stay, some of them go.
Yeah, that's in one day, because you just did it last night.
If you want to make any comments,
I guess it depends.
sit wherever you want. Or maybe
they left it for a day.
We're doing Molly's
hair.
hair.
I looked it up again, but it didn't have a nice video, but the sound was actually good.
They were talking about a video being taken off by some corporate owner of the video.
Well, we don't know why, but it's usually a business decision. Did you see Saturday Night Live last night? They had Kanye West. It was really good. The video.
Well, if you want it, I'll tape it for you. Give you a tape of it.
You have that video?
Well, I TiVo'd it.
Oh, you saw it?
No.
I was
the whole
away
show.
last night.
Cool. So you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, so yeah.
I can just.
I don't have one of those machines. I need to get one. I'll have time more and I'll just get one.
Yeah, that's okay.
You might have
I'm
some
saying
comments.
No, but what I'm saying is that I can make you a VHS copy of which of the.
Oh, that would be nice, but don't bother. I wanted Paula to see it because I think she'd appreciate the quality of the art and the way they did it on stage. It was really good. It's funny with Saturday Night Live. Sometimes they're just like, oh God,
Yeah, but sometimes
who wrote this crap? You
hot
know?
on.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's just it just electrifying.
Well, they get a lot of product to get out in a short amount of time. I mean, imagine having to come up with an hour and a half every single week.
You know what? The people that write don't have time to watch TV.
I heard that they have shifts so that they don't all write every single week, that they alternate.
I can imagine.
See, this part actually gets a little bit stringy here too, which if I were
Chop it.
No, I mean, I don't want to because I like the length.
Whack and hack.
But I would grow this piece down to be there so you get the thickness, because you don't need it all up here. You just need a little bit.
Okay.
It'll make it less going like that too.
Have at it. I mean, it's the great thing about my hair is that it grows back pretty quickly, and it's so thick that it'll take a lot of punishment, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can hack away at it and still not get anywhere. I'm sure some poor person, but it used to be a lot shorter. It's like, God, I keep cutting and cutting and
your hair is easy to cut.
I don't seem to get anywhere with it. I was like, sorry. I think it was like a cheap cut, like one of these places you walk in and
What was your favorite haircut, Molly? And where were you? Were you in Paris or?
Oh, I got traumatized by that one.
By that one, that haircut?
Oh, this was like a student.
Oh, the French are merciless. They just do whatever they want to give you a look,
Well, and this was a student, like I was a student in Paris, so I couldn't afford a real haircut, so I went to one of these, cutting schools. And I had hair like this, and they cut it to here, and I think that was, Mom liked it, but it took...
There's that neat picture of you.
It was probably neat. They love neat, the moms.
Yeah.
The French?
No, my mom.
No, mothers.
Oh, the moms.
It might have been fine if I had been willing to do a little bit more maintenance, but...
We had a lot of French
like
hairdressers when I worked at Saint Andre. Did you ever go to Saint Andre? That was a wonderful place in the 70s.
My new helmet.
So.
Oh.
Sorry.
Did Molly give you a helmet?
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you get your helmet? Oh, you went to the bike store.
Yeah, that's what we call
Oh, let's zoom in on the helmet. All right. That'll protect you.
Your guy vaguely remembered me, but didn't seem too excited to see me.
Oh, yeah.
The bike
Carlos?
shop was fabulous. That's his name.
He's got 2 more in Queens. And now the economy's bad, so I think he's a little nervous.
You look very good. You must have a new boyfriend or something.
Me?
Yeah.
Haven't had a real boyfriend in years.
Neither have I.
Really? Neither have I.
Oh, can I? Amit was my last boyfriend.
Jump on. Who?
Amit.
Oh, Ahmed, yeah, in India.
I mean, that was...
You're not counting the best sex you ever had last
He's
Christmas?
not a boyfriend.
This is looking so much better. Look how nice.
Yeah, Molly, isn't that nice?
Flash in the pan. You can't call him boyfriend unless they call back.
Do you like your hair? I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm still hoping you'll do something so that the front bit is...
He's getting
Yeah, I'm sort of working with the idea of how high to go up with this.
I was going to go back to bangs.
Nah.
No? No bangs? Everyone said no bangs.
No, because let's see. No.
It looks cute.
Saint Andres.
The saga of the Molly, I mean,
I wouldn't.
I'd
even open it up further because,
You want to get the pictures?
Or
your
when you had
Christmas
that?
card?
I'll give you a copy here. I'll give you this one.
And then explain
You're
the story.
already too cute. You don't have to enhance the
I'm
cute.
too cute. This is when I was really cute. This is when Paula and I were really cute.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
In the
though.
Dalai Lama's body there.
That's very nice. Look at that.
Yeah, right.
It's
Where was that? Peru?
Well, actually, it's close. See, this isn't our bodies, but those were our faces at Chichen Itza at the equinox.
Ah.
So she cut out our faces and put them on
And-
our bodies
and
for
so-
the Dalai Lama.
Oh,
to
that's
study.
why. Okay.
So now we don't know what the legality is. If you can be a face in someone's
The body's a copyright thing. I don't know how to make these things.
Oh, that keyboard's kind of wacky.
Air might help.
It's an ergonomically correct
And
one.
you have so much of it, it wants to bury your face.
But you have
so
to be
you don't want it
persistent.
too short, because then it won't look as sexy either. But well, let's see if we can put it along.
Sure. The only thing I don't like is when it gets. See how it gets frizzy right here and it doesn't like curl properly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much
Am
you
I in
like
the
to
way?
invest in time to fix
None.
it.
None. I tell you what I do is I have a new thing that I do. When it's wet, I do this now, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And then put it in like that, and then put a thing there, and then do this, and then you do the cute little Swedish girl.
Oh yeah.
And then,
or even if you want to bring it down again,
No,
it won't be as woolly.
right, no, but see, if you put this and then put that back, and then when it dries, you see you've got this nice sort of controlled curl without having to use heat on it. See, I think heat is bad
It dries it, yeah. Occasionally, if you have something hot that you're going to or something, you
Right.
could have a little heat roller or curling iron, which is a little harder
which will never happen.
Yeah. See, I like it better with your face opened up like that.
Which will never happen. What, be invited to something hot?
No, me actually spending the time to do hot rollers and stuff like that. You're gonna curl
Well, I
it.
put my hair in rollers. Mark, you
Yeah.
got me to do that.
But
You gave me an idea, and
Yeah,
pretty
but
soon I
Paula-
start shooting shows in my rollers.
It's just, I don't, unfortunately, invest a lot of time.
And then Rosalie, I even had them on the bicycle up to M&N for an important shoot. I rode
It's kind of
I rode
fun.
through Manhattan with my rollers, and Rosalie saw me, and she said, "You can do Wi-Fi." You know, by getting the signal through my rollers.
Through your rollers.
Guess that's a techie joke.
Well, I mean, there is the idea that you do get energy by having long hair. I mean, that's
Yeah.
sort of the Sikh approach.
But didn't we figure out that's also negativity?
Well,
They say your karma comes out in your hair too, so I don't know. about
so
that.
the one, okay, so then what happens, you grow your hair really long,
And
right?
you
You pull
detox.
in all the energy, and then to decharge, you cut it all off.
Yeah, that could be.
And then you got to watch out because
You could
you know,
exercise it. We could light some
Right.
sage and do a ritual.
Yeah.
But then you got to watch out for who steals your hair, your clippings, because then they might do some kind of
Voodoo.
voodoo with it.
But then if you're really on top of it, then you pull the energy back again. So
Well, there you go. You got to know it's being sucked.
you have to have empathic connections.
No, but I think
Love
that
everybody.
Swami was very careful about who cut his hair and.
Yeah.
But they don't want people to put their hands around their head either, you know? Because the energy.
When I was a little kid, I didn't like being kissed by all the relatives.
I still. Don't.
I think kids sort of know. If you just
Like,
do it.
ew.
Oh, I know. That it's so intrusive to a kid to touch them or kiss them.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even ask the parent or anything.
Yeah.
I wonder
I
if
find it
people are doing
intrusive
that.
as an adult.
Yeah.
I
I
find,
used to have a client that always glommed onto me for a hug, and she did it a couple times, and I said, "Listen, I don't hug." Because, you know, they're trying to suck the energy out of you.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not doing it
It's
consciously.
a needy thing, you know.
or
But on the other
They love
hand,
to
this Indian lady of the Swami, the wife who had breast cancer, you know, and I shook her hand. I thought, oh God, a social more. I shouldn't have shook her hand. And then she hugged me at the end because I
that's
said,
different. That
I
you
said, we're
guys-
going to help your breast cancer. 'cause I
It's
guess
different
she
if
could
there's
feel my
a feeling
confidence.
behind it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
sort of a
a sucking.
new age sucky thing.
No, let me put it this way. I'm even so sensitive that at the Y, right, you know, you give them your card and they know what your name is. And they're instructed to say, "Hi, Molly, how are you today?" Right?
Yeah, I hate that.
As I say, it's an assumed intimacy.
Uh-huh.
Right, and I told them about this. They thought I was a little crazy, and so you know it's like they want feedback from the customers
Until they get it.
until they
Until
get
they
it.
get
Because I told a friend of mine who actually works there about this, and he told his superior, right? And he says that they were like, Oh, well, just disregard that.
That's from Molly.
No, it wasn't just for me. They were just like, oh, she's just, since he was telling them something that went against what their market research said, you see.
So they were going with their market research
instead
of the Dalai Lama?
Instead of the feedback from actual market research.
Oh, and how about these
Because we paid for this.
infomercials that talk to people like they're children, Now I'm going to tell you about something that you're not going to believe it. It's even worse than that.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I've worked on a few.
And they act like you're a stupid jerk with no sophistication at all.
Well, you see, it all kind of boils down to, I don't know if you ever read Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And what he says actually makes sense, but you have to have a sincere emotion behind it. And the problem is people just take the techniques and they think that somehow they're going to get away with it.
Right.
And then people just react to the sheer insincerity of it, and and it backfires on them. It's worse than even if they were rude to them.
Yeah, I think that's why the spirituality way is so good, because it's not a robotic thing.
Sometimes it can be, though.
It can be.
Oh, my God.
If it's fake.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I know. And how about when they make you turn to the person next to you and shake their hand?
Oh, you mean like in church, like today? Oh my God, I was
get into it at St. Mark's, boy. Then don't come to St. Mark's.
No, but the worst thing is today I was getting shakes like this. Hi,
well,
how are you?
On another level, a lot
they
of
would
people
not look me in the eye.
Really?
Because me, I always look people in the eye.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of them doing it.
I got to
so
bring
that
up the
people
wine
can
today.
connect with others quickly.
Maybe I should give you the wine and take the water.
I noticed that she didn't give me the wine.
Yeah.
After I said that, I said,
do?
does that mean we have to drink the whole bottle?
To stop you shooting?
No.
You know what, can we, do you have any conditioner?
Rabbit Hole Central.
I like to say
Hi.
Hi, who's that?
It's Paula.
You know what I got?
Hey.
Is that thick stuff? What is
Oh, okay. We'll be.
I forgot, I just got some for my skin.
Oh, so you don't want to do any videotaping? What do you? So we should come over. Okay, great.
Did you ever
Okay,
see
bye.
the real stuff in
Hey, Alexis is there, so let's go over.
Oh, okay.
Perfect timing.